Hi everyone, hashtag CDC Whistleblower and hashtag Be1Less I am here, yay, with our core little engine that could, Timothy Welsh at Tanner's dad, who you've gotten used to every day hearing from. But then we have Candace, who's at CES Dave. And we will get to her thread if we have time. But anybody out there who is trying to help with the hashtag CDC whistleblower, Be1Less, Kill the Bill, One Issue, I Am the Herd movement, if you go to at CES Dave on your phone and you scroll to the bottom of her 5,000 photos and just start retweeting those every day, that will be one of the most important tasks anybody could do. So can you guys just say hi really fast?
Good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Okay, Tim, now start with this one. Where did you find this? What is it?
Basically, for 6 months, we've been saying there's 5 things to the great tweet that last a long time. That one, you use the hashtag CDC whistleblower and other hashtags that we recommend. A great link that's reportable, reproducible, and meaningful. A great visual that grabs people's attention because it's 40% more effective if you use a visual. Tagging somebody with 30, 40 million viewers and as some sort of action item to drive it home.
And the link. And the link to info. Yeah.
Yeah, that was number 2. Yes. But then this morning I pulled it up and the medical establishment is now putting their own infographic out with our 5 things. So I thought that was very interesting to have that, to see that out there.
Okay, so we're training them, and this is so funny. It's a CDC whistleblower says, "You're welcome, and good luck with that great content, Big Pharma." I think that's just hysterical. So this is a sure sign. When isn't copy the greatest form of flattery? So we'll just go with that. Okay, so now let's go down. Tim made me a list of what to talk about today so we could stay on topic. So now we're going to go talk about this really fast and what this means, Tim.
Well, everybody talks about search engine optimization. It's SEO, and it costs millions of dollars to do it right, and the big advertising agencies will sell you a package for thousands and thousands of dollars. Our little engine that could has now made the Google search engines, and there's enough people referencing Be1Less.com as a resource site that Be1Less.com is now indexed into Google.
Woohoo! So that's huge, and Be1Less.com and hashtag Be1Less, where you don't spell anything out, was something that our little group really hemmed and hawed about trying to decide what hashtag we might try to marry to CDC whistleblower in case CDC whistleblower got censored, and that was shorter to add to any tweet, anytime, anywhere. Hear this well, worked for a little while. Parents do the work, worked for a little while. But Be1Less, so hashtag B, the letter B, the number 1, and LESS is just the hashtag that has shown that we threw spaghetti, and it's the one strand that has stuck. So when you have room, use Be1Less.com, but don't be confused. Always use hashtag CDC whistleblower if you want people to find you for retweeting out to more people. So let's just talk about this really fast. This meme that we found says, "Are California Democrats going to realize before it's too late that they are alone in this fight?" The people who have brought the 110 vaccine mandates to the United States government are going to be outed as frauds, is my suspicion. One day soon, we will understand that they were propagandized into trying to get rid of the philosophical exemptions and the religious exemptions in their state by a group that funded by the CDC called NACCHO, N-A-C-C-H-O. You can look it up. But what's going on now is these states and Canada are smartening up to what a fiasco this is when it comes to support from their constituents, and they are abandoning these bills in record time. The main tiny URL for that is tinyurl.com/vaxwar. But then you can see right here that somebody put all the tiny URLs that are building up of all these places that are abandoning this bill. You need to get this meme and this information to all of your people in California so they aren't the last ones holding the bag, because that's what will happen.
It absolutely makes my blood boil, the fact that these politicians that put the bills forth came back and said it was a group of vocal citizens that came up and voiced an opinion, when we know for a fact these bills were generated by pharmaceutical lobbyists. So, I mean, they're bad-mouthing citizens when they're the ones taking this. The wording of these bills are so similar from state to state to state. And in the past, the pharmaceutical industry has admitted this is part of their lobbying effort. So we know for a fact this is happening.
And the more they speak up and say, oh, we've gotten all these phone calls and oh this and oh that, it's super quick and simple and dirty and straightforward to go to Twitter and to go to Facebook and see who has commented where. All of these pro-vax people are either companies that are funded by Nacho, or new accounts that have between 0 and 20 followers. It's not easy to figure out that this is a pay-to-play, the pro-vax card situation on Twitter, and it's going to come back to haunt these politicians. And the more they talk about it and the more they do what they've been rehearsed to say publicly, the less likely it is that they'll ever be electable again, is my particular prediction. Okay, so let's see if we have time for this. We may not. I want to go really quickly to the I Am the Herd. We put a call to action out yesterday for people to find all the visuals from the babies who have died and the babies who have been maimed from different shots, people's personal first-hand experience. And Kelly and Zuri went nuts and really, really got that done. There's a ton, there's a ton of visuals and links now at hashtag I Am the Herd. And I think what would benefit us would be as if we continue to populate hashtag I Am the Herd married to hashtag CDC Whistleblower with these visuals and these first-hand links to people who have been damaged by vaccines. And one of the greatest resources for about 600 first-hand experience videos is at tinyurl.com/HTW videos. So those people who want to populate I Am the Herd can go to HTW videos, copy the YouTube video link for each one of these individuals, and then populate hashtag I Am the Herd with hashtag CDC Whistleblower and the YouTube link that way, and that would work beautifully. Here's a couple of other memes. Who was reluctant to suspend vaccine after 26 children die in the developing world? /Vax kills 26. This should go at I Am the Herd. But what's important about this, when you read the fine print, this was an experimental vaccine. And if you go to tinyurl.com/who you gonna test, and then who you gonna test 2, 3, 4, just keep going through them, you're gonna realize that one of the biggest moral dilemmas in all of this is that in order for us to have what we consider safe and effective vaccines, we have to, as a group, decided that there are children that are less valuable than our children, that there are children at less than 12 hours after they're born that we did medical experimentation on, oftentimes getting a thumbprint from them. So here it is in Vietnam, where they got rid of the Hep B shot in Vietnam, but we can't seem to do that here. Okay, so what else is on our list? I think we're doing good. In California, we really have to focus on the health committee. You're going to see memes and lists circulating with the health committee. What we've heard is that if it's got letterhead on it, it's prioritized over individual. That fax is the most important way that you can communicate with them directly versus email, but you might as well email them also. So fax, fax, fax. And then Twitter and Facebook, which we've seen some visuals now that have all those addresses. But focusing on the health committee and your personal senator and assemblyman, you've got to make appointments. Even if they try to push you off till May, make those appointments and stop by on Friday at the local offices. Stop by, stop by, stop by. So that's our advocacy there. And then there's this video that's been floating around. Where is that? That if you want people to see what's going on with autism, it's /Carly's Corner, and it's titled Trapped Inside, and that's a good one to do. So you say question of the day. What's the question of the day, Tim?
I'll let Candace answer the question. Ask the question of the day.
Question of the day. Have you gone to my Facebook page to look at the letter that I wrote to all of our county supervisors, to the mayor? I mean, I wrote it to my Congress people, all my representatives. I sent them an email. I was able to. So, have you done that? Go check it out.
Yes,
use it as a template if you need to.
I looked at it and I thought it was amazing. And you're on Facebook as, can you spell out your name for them?
That's Candace, CandyYCE, Estave, E-S is in Sam, T-A-V Victory E, Candace Estave.
Okay, so there's a template letter there. For California, the group that you can join is, what's it called? Health, Freedom, Defeat California Mandates. So again, I Am the Herd, we're doing great. SB 277, again, we're not doing no on SB 277. We're doing either the word no and the no sign and then hashtag SB 277 because that's the one that they're using and you never want to lose sight of that. We've heard lots of report that the Democrats are leaving the party over this. Hashtag VaxVote. Oh, here's one I'd like to put out there. We need someone to start collecting all of the letters from all the people who have responded regarding SB 277. Take a photo and load that letter at hashtag CDC whistleblower with the hashtag VaxVote. Then we're going to be able to go to VaxVote and we're going to be able to populate that hashtag with the corresponding data that goes with their misinterpretations about vaccines. A lot of people are confused about measles. A lot of people are confused about whoopee cough. A lot of people are confused about our actual vaccine rates, which is tinyurl.com/MMR rates stable. So that would be hashtag VaxVote, that you marry to hashtag CDC whistleblower and hashtag the number of your bill, and then start populating that thread with all the letters you're receiving so that we can, in that post with that letter, we can put all the data that you need to respond and we can do the work for you. Does that make sense, Candace and Tim?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, anything else, Tim? What else you want to tell people?
The video is still going viral for the Dr. Wakefield video that's edited with memes and links. And so that's tinyurl.com/Dr. Andrew Wakefield.
And that one's had over 30,000 views. And it's especially important when somebody talks about Andy Wakefield that you don't engage in a debate, but you just give them that link, tinyurl.com/Dr. Andrew Wakefield, because it pretty much dismisses anything. And the other thing, when people talk about Brian Hooker, we're not seeing that as much anymore. His testimony, basically, about all of this is available at tinyurl.com/Brian Hooker. Is that the number one? Have you guys seen that? Yeah, Brian Hooker, number one, just the numeral 1. So Brian Hooker 1, Brian Hooker 2, and Brian Hooker 3. And you can get any information that anybody would need to respond to anybody talking about Dr. Brian Hooker, who brought the CDC whistleblower forward. This is a great video response to Jimmy Kimmel, but we've heard Jimmy Kimmel's going to be retiring really soon, so we're laying off him a little bit. What else? Anybody? Anybody?
Have an awesome day. Keep tweeting and write your letters, make your phone calls. Facts.
Yeah, but the most important thing, so you can just get it off your to-do list now, is make your appointment with your assemblyman and your senator, and make an alternative appointment with the people on the staff. But make those appointments, and once you make those appointments, we'll help you get everything you need. Tim, anything?
Thank you all for the retweet love, and keep tweeting.
Okay, we will see you on Twitter. Love you.